lot of players have been asking which is coming first, Slough Creek or multiplayer, and the answer is we don't know for sure. We're working on both of them simultaneously along with other things. So I thought for this dev blog, we'll just give you an update on what everybody's working on. You can see how we're making progress on multiple fronts. So our lead developer, Tommi, has been working this month on overhauling the pathfinding system. We've got a pretty good system in place using this wayfinding grid, but there are situations where it doesn't work so well, and you may have seen them in the game when NPC animals start running in circles because they can't find a route out of that spot, or your mate just stops doing stuff when near a cliff because they're worried that they might accidentally jump off the cliff because they don't realize it's there. So Tommy's been rethinking and testing new approaches to have a smarter system in place that will solve those problems and also allow finer grained navigation for the animals, which will be especially important for the bighorn sheep that we're going to add and for your pups and your mate around the den. This month, Andre has been working on controller support. We have very limited controller support in the game currently, mainly just to move your wolf around and do a few actions. And he has been painstakingly adding functionality so you can navigate all the menus using your controller. And we'll also be refining the in-game actions as well. If you have any suggestions for how to map the in-game actions to a standard controller, please post them below. We'll look them over and see which makes the most sense. Miko, who joined the project this summer, took over multiplayer and has been making good progress on that. Here's a little preview of that. Obviously, some of it's working, some of it's not. This is such a bigger task than multiplayer in the old game because the eco-simulation is so much more sophisticated, and the player actions and interactions with prey animals, with stranger wolves, with competitors are so much more intense and so much more contact involved that it's a real challenge to make all this work in multiplayer, but it is coming together. Susan has been researching pup vocalizations, trying to find clean recordings of all sorts of sounds that pups make when they're doing various things. Here you can see this is Tommy's first draft, basically, of pup behaviors. Dynamic behaviors in action obviously need a lot of refinement, but the basic stuff is working, and so Susan's been looking for sounds that these pups can make while they're hanging around and playing around the den. And I've been working in the Slough Creek map, mostly on the rocky outcrops, but also tweaking other things like here's the river, and finally got the sky and the clouds to reflect properly in the river. So that's a nice improvement. Oh, and Susan has started on some new dream images. So here's a little sneak preview of those. Be sure to read the dev blog text below for a little report from each of us about what we've been doing.